Guys, happy April. We made it to the fourth month of the year, which is nice. Hope you guys have been doing well. Hope you guys have been enjoying the Venus retrograde that's been going on right now. So I've explained this a couple times, but I'll let you guys know who don't know. Venus retrograde is when the planet Venus, which is the planet of love, slows down in the sky, almost so slow that it seems like it's going backwards. And with that energy, what it creates for us here on Earth is anything related to Venus, which is love, romance, creativity, partnerships, legal partnerships, beauty, cosmetics, finances in a way. Like finances when it comes to, you know, what you do for fun, like what you put your money into, hobbies, things like that, where you put your money, your leisure money. So when that goes into retrograde, we're forced to take another look at anything revolving or involving those keywords. So anything related to a relationship, anything like that. You can send me a message and I can let you know exactly where Venus has been hitting your chart, and then you'll know for sure what's been going on if you have some hazy misunderstanding there. You could do it yourself. You go on Astro Cafe, Google Astro Cafe, put in your birth details, your birthday, month, year, time, and location, and then when it does the natal chart, you click with transits, and wherever Venus, which is the female sign, wherever Venus is, whatever house that is, you can just Google Venus retrograde in that house. So the house numbers will be on the inner circle. And then you can figure out, you know, for me, Venus is in, well, I'll say my husband, his Venus is retrograding over his 7th house of partnerships. So relationship issues from the past get brought up, and it's just for a chance for us to re-examine places where we ignored, okay? So Venus retrograde goes direct April 16th. Definitely don't do any cosmetic surgery or anything like that when it comes to do with your appearance, because it's not that don't do it, but you're gonna probably question it once Venus goes direct. Like, should I have gotten that extreme haircut? You know, you won't feel confident. When it comes to Mercury is going direct at the end of this month. Venus and Mercury will be direct at the same time for a little bit. And with that, Mercury is all about communication, travel, technology. I've tested Mercury retrograde before because I'm doing and I'm crazy like that. I bought a printer during Mercury retrograde. I bought a car during Mercury retrograde. And trust me, don't make any technology purchases during Mercury retrograde because you have issues come up that you didn't anticipate. It's just extra work, extra paperwork. My printer still gives me trouble. I still don't even know how the hell to use it. Like, it just, save yourself the headache and the hassle by refraining from making any technology purchases during Mercury retrograde, okay? And because you guys are Geminis, you guys are ruled by Mercury, so you're going to feel it that much more, okay? So I'm going to get started on your reading for April, Gemini. Sorry, I have a little bit of a runny nose. I don't know if you guys have felt the energy shifts going on right now. Oh. I've been trying to just stay inside because I know it's getting crazy out there. You can just, people are getting, the new moon in Aries really brought a lot of impulse, a lot of action, and a lot of impatience. People really are more go, 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 really fighting for action, really fighting for, I don't know, fighting to burn themselves out. I have no idea what people are really trying to do, but a lot of crazy energy going on right now. If you guys are feeling weird, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling emotional, if you're feeling whatever you're feeling, just flow with it, because we're all going through quite the change right now, with 2017 being all new beginnings. 2016 was hard on a lot of people. There's a lot going on in the world right now. Let's just put it that way. Okay, I'm going to get started because this feels right. Reading for Geminis, please. Spirit guides, Gemini, for April 2017. Okay. Okay. So a lot like the Taurus spread here. All right. So there was a sudden change that would have came recently, and it really kind of knocked you guys on your feet when it comes to your pride and your ego. So whatever change that was, it's in the cards, so the cards don't lie. Sorry, I just watched Dave Chappelle last night. He's hilarious. I love Dave Chappelle's comeback. Anyways, so this change that came in, it really knocked you on your ass. It knocked the crown off you. It really put you back when it comes to your ego and your persona, how people view you. That's something that would have recently came out, and that was heartbreaking. That was totally heartbreaking. Geminis actually love the way that they are viewed, and I think that has something to do with the duality, the twins of the Gemini. You know, they can put on one face and then snap like that. There's this meme I just saw on Facebook that was hilarious. It was Gemini, you don't know if they want to, like, love you or kill you. Like, they snap so quickly, right? So if you're having... The concern here is this heartbreak. And the heartbreak is either involving 3 people or 3 situations, 3 possibilities that could come out of it. And you're trying to maintain your positivity. You're trying to maintain your optimism. You're trying to continue to create from that place of hurt. But it's like a rain cloud is formed over your head and is following you around. And that is because of the support around you. It's the people around you that are really... influencing and zeroing in and zoning in on your matters of the heart. It seems like your family and friends and your posse are really focused on what you're doing right now in a relationship, okay? And that is probably something, that sudden change that maybe someone came to you and said, listen, like, your relationship, yada, 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 especially during the Venus retrograde. People are going to be talking some stuff about, you know, what you're doing, who you're doing, why you're doing it with them, things like that, that really is none of their concern. It's only yours. So yeah, you might have an amazing support team, but if they're breaking your heart, it's not going to be the best outcome. There's going to be a lot of confusion. Like, what am I doing? Am I on the right path? Is this the right person I'm supposed to be with? So look to your support. As much as your pride might have been, your ego might have been a little offended when they came to you saying, listen, like, I'm not into your new relationship or your new whatever, as much as your support system might have really damaged your ego by saying that, maybe it's time to really focus on what they said and realize that maybe there's some truth there. It came from a place of love, I'm sure of it. Even if it came from a place of envy or inconvenience on their part, it is still love within there. You know, anything. You can find love in anything. It's that silver lining. It's that love underneath, right? So try and find the love within your family and friends who are breaking your heart, who are, you know, not supporting you. Subconsciously feeling really seated, feeling like don't know what the next steps are, especially over the last new moon that was just in Aries. So that new moon in Aries really brought a lot of newness into people's lives, a lot of new beginning, a lot of new energy and action. Even just thinking about it, I'm starting to get really like worked up and just more energetic, because that Aries new moon brought in a lot of manifestation energy. So for instance, my husband and I were arguing about money during the new moon manifestation, and within 2 days, we started to see the outcome of you know, coming from a place of lack, right? So really starting to focus on the fact that you're feeling really seated. You felt like the hard times were behind you, but it's almost like, you know, that new moon, that new beginning. Thinking very chaotic. You thought you were grounded when it came to this situation. You thought that you knew what you were doing. You thought that you knew the steps that you were taking were going to be beneficial, but all this chatter in your head, all this noise, squawking in your head, and also the influence of other people is really painful. Is really, really painful. It sucks not feeling supported. It absolutely does. The way that I can relate to that, my Jupiter is in Gemini in the 5th house. So when it comes to my creativity, rejection is the most painful thing that a human can experience, especially when it's a stab at your ego, when it's your creative energy that you put out there and someone is stabbing that. And creativity is creating a partnership, is creating a relationship, you know, you're creating it out of nothing. Essentially, you meet this person and you decide that you want to create a life together. Like, it's beautiful. But if you don't have the support of your family and friends, it can feel very restricting, very cloudy, very not nice. Okay, so you had that authority. You felt like you had, you know, everything together. You felt like you had a grip on reality and on the life that you wanted. But after this, you feel like you maybe have to, you know, shed some old skin. You know, really with the new weather coming in, it might be time to let go of some things from the past. And a lot of the times that thing from the past is just the need for approval, the need for acceptance from other people. Why do we need other people so much? Is it just because you're an air sign and you kind of need to bounce your ideas off other people? And if people aren't reciprocating your ideas, you get offended because you've personally latched on to that idea. At the end of the day, if people want to think one way about your partner or the life choices that you're making, it's only a reflection on them. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. You know, you can't control how other people are going to react or non-react, right? So own yourself and own your power. Sorry. You right now are feeling some financial worry, feeling kind of destitute. This is just like there's some Taurus themes right now. So if you do have a Taurus in your life, you could maybe reach out to them and feel some solidarity there, because Taurus is feeling the same way when it comes to just everybody has all these new beginnings. Where's mine? I want a new. And the funny thing is you have these new beginnings, they're there, but is it just how you wanted it to come about? Or maybe it's just not how you thought it was going to be. You know, air sign, we can create these magical worlds in our head, and then when it comes down to the reality of it, you were just in your head. That didn't actually manifest as of yet. So family and friends, like I said, they're really focused on your relationship, really focused on the love that you have, thinking that they know best because they have some sort of love, or I don't even know, do they have that perfect relationship that, you know, people dream about? Do they even have any authority to tell you what you should be doing when it comes to your relationship? I am going to probably say no. So it's time to kind of burn that bridge. They can talk all they want. You don't have to listen, right? You can say, thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it. I know it's coming from a place of love, but I'm going to do my own thing, right? And that's perfectly fine. You're entitled to that. But you hope and you fear that by taking that approach, you're going to hurt some feelings, you know, and it's going to change something in the relationship. It's going to either free up too much of that love that you guys shared with your family and friends. So keep that in mind as well, that you hope that you can kind of take away from, move away from the non-supportive family and friends when it comes to your relationship, but you fear it as well. So it might be time to try and find a balance between how much you can take and how much you're giving when it comes to the opinions of others and what you're doing with your life. Because the future is that you are completely empowered, you know what you want, you do what you want, you're abundant, you're, you know, responsible, you're respected, you have your stuff together, you know, you're working with the lunar phases, you're manifesting quickly, you're releasing anything that you don't need. This is all as soon as we begin to focus on the fact that we're too in our heads and not grounded enough. So a lot of tools that the universe can give us when it comes to grounding, any black stones, any black crystals or stones are going to ground you 100%. They're going to bring you right back down to earth, because air signs, so in our heads, so all up in the air, not enough stability, and that is creating a lot of confusion over your transformation process. Like I said, a lot of people are going through a lot of new and beautiful and incredible changes, and we know, we can feel that we can make those changes, but it's really just grasping them. How do we grab them? And the only way to grab those new changes is if we let go of something from the past. And for this spread, I'm really feeling that what needs to be let go of is that need for approval, that need for the opinions of others, okay? Sorry, my nose is going crazy, and I don't have a Kleenex. Okay, great. Gross. Okay, now that my hands are all gross, I'm going to shuffle your indigo cards. So I decided to add indigo cards to these readings this month just because I knew that they were going to be shorter reads because I've been watching some other tarot videos and I'm realizing that I'm not being able to maintain my focus and attention, so why would I ask my viewers to do the same thing? I really just want to pump these out for the month so you can get started on manifesting the world that you want. And with that being said, I added the indigo cards because I'm realizing how spiritual the following that I have is. And that is so beautiful because I really did think that that this was not going to be going, like my channel wasn't going to go in that direction. But now I'm realizing that I have a lot of information when it comes to the spiritual awakening that I need to pump out. I need to get it out there because this is the perfect time. People are awakening. There is huge energy shifts going on right now where people are realizing their power of manifestations. And I've been researching this stuff pretty much all my life. I've been manifesting since I was 5 years old. But once I figured out what I was doing, I was able to hone in on those skills. And now I just want to articulate it and guide others to doing it because in the end, it just lifts up the entire world. So I'm including indigo cards in all my readings because the people who are watching you are indigo. You are an indigo, you are a starseed, you're a light worker. It's really just coming in to your power and realizing that. So your card is Archangel Metatron, and he's someone that I call on all the time. So Archangel Metatron slows down time. So this is a perfect card for Geminis, especially Moon in Gemini, who feels like you can't get your thoughts together. You feel like there's not enough hours in the day to think through what you need to think through. You know, my father-in-law is a Gemini and he talks in his sleep. And I'm not saying he mumbles, like he has full conversations in his sleep. Like, dude just doesn't stop talking. So Archangel Metatron allows you to slow down. He stops time. He allows you to, he uses a lot of imagery and shapes to just slow time down so you can get more done. So if you're feeling really frantic, if you feel like you can't shut your head up, call on Archangel Metatron, ask him for some peace, and you'll instantly feel it, okay? Archangel Metatron is absolutely incredible. I always use angels and spirit guides when it comes to everything, my day-to-day life. I call on Archangel Michael pretty much every day. If I lose something, if I need protection, if I'm going out, Archangel, the angels are incredible. On my website, I have a list of the most popular archangels that work with the light workers, that work with the indigos, and what they're best used for. The number one thing I want to tell you guys, if you call on any of your spirit guides, archangels, whomever, really need to be saying thank you and really need to be showing gratitude, because that is a surefire way to not be answered the next time. You know, I don't know about you, but if I'm doing something for someone and they're not saying thank you and not giving me any credit, yeah, I'm not going to rush to help them the next time. So keep that in mind, just being grateful that we have these resources and being thankful that our archangels are listening and they're aching to help us out and to take away our hurt and our pain. So that is your reading, Gemini. Hope you guys have an amazing April, and I will be in touch. Bye, guys.